All right. Season's almost over with, and we are back for our weekly episode. Joining me on the other end, it's not Garrick. You seem to be on the great outdoors. Oh my goodness. JM, what is going on?
Man, nothing much. Just a lazy Sunday here in East Tennessee. Um, Off work today, so this is the day where I just chill out, play video games, watch sports,
Yes.
whatever's going on.
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in on your day off
You
to
got it,
kind of
man.
talk
Hey,
about
this is
this. Yeah.
fun.
Cool. So, there are a couple games that happened last week. I'm just going to jump into it. I'm not even going to mess around and talk about some randomness I did recently. I'll save that for later. But let's just jump into it. Two big games at the end of the week last week. Let's talk about the first game we saw last week, the game against the Raptors. They actually won. They played Damari Carroll, and the Hawks won. Uh, it was a confidence booster as a fan. What you think?
Huge win. This has been a huge week. I actually felt really good about the game against Toronto. I know that the last few games against those guys have not gone very well for us. But I kind of felt like Atlanta was due to win a game against them, and this came at the perfect time. Um, like I've said, it's basically the playoffs right now, and good home crowd, good performance. Hawks got out to a first half lead, and things got a little bit nervous there at the end.
Yeah.
With I think Toronto closed it to two with about just over a minute to go and had possession, and I was really freaking out. But hey, made some big plays and closed it out going away. Um, yeah, huge win. I wasn't surprised. I really kind of expected to win that game. I thought it was really good. Um, it was just a good spot for the Hawks to win that game, I thought.
I agree. I was nervous before the game just because I don't know. It just seems like whenever we play the Raptors and we lose, it's just like it has little to do with, I guess you would say, skill opposed to like I don't know, just random events happening like DeMar DeRozan just shooting lights out or Paul Millsap just having a bad game. Same with Horford. Schroeder Dennis this game actually was really bad. He was 0 for 7 of what I saw. Of what I can remember, I want to say he didn't score that game at all. And I think he had a couple of turnovers, but oh my goodness. Thank
Yeah, he
goodness
had a
Jeff
rough
played.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he usually plays that late third quarter, first part of the fourth quarter, and I remember looking at the clock thinking, "Dang, I'm ready for Teague time. This is not going well."
Yeah.
And there were some really iffy possessions there in the early part of the fourth quarter. So yeah, he struggled in that game.
Yeah, he struggled. We also saw some new things. Mike Muscala actually came in. Mike Muscala came off the bench and played. That was kind of surprising for me, just because I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, and man, I'm a big Muscala fan. Like I thought last year he was. I thought, man, this is a guy that's gonna help us in the future, and he kind of disappeared this year, which surprised me. But I like his game when he's playing well. He's a really fun player to watch. He's a finesse guy. He's got good moves. He's got a nice jumper for a big man.
Yeah,
So I was really pleased to see him play well.
yeah. Along with that, Muscala, well, hmm, he's really fast for his like. To me, he's fast for his
Hmm.
size, and I don't know if this is just us as fans wishing this upon him. We were kind of hoping that we would see him play more of the four, just because he has the speed to. To me, he has the speed to play the four, but I don't know.
Yeah,
He's still learning the game to me, still learning it. But he played a really good game. He came in with with some great minutes. I want to say he had a dunk that game. No, he hit a 3-pointer, I remember.
yeah, he hit a big
Yeah.
three. Yeah, maybe the
Yeah.
first three he's hit since the game three in Washington last year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on Muscala. Also, I feel like I need to say this. Garrick isn't on the line at the moment. I'm hoping he jumps on. I sent him the link, but he'll hopefully be on, guys. Don't worry. But he's not on, so I feel like I can tell you this, and he won't give me too much crap. I, for one, would like to apologize to everything I've ever said bad about Mike Scott recently. I mean, he's done so much to improve everything in his game, his defense, his shooting, his decision making, passing, everything. And it's just kind of like if I'm picking on him, it's for nitpicking or it's because he's having an off game. And you know what, Mike Scott, if you're listening, if you're one of our few listeners listening to this podcast, I apologize. And the fans out there that have been killing me on Twitter for putting him down. But he had a big game too that game. It was very good to watch.
Yeah, and Mike Scott, he's gonna always, no matter what he does, the rest of his career, if he never plays another game, he'll always have a soft spot in our hearts for that Game 5 in Indiana, in the playoffs. He'll live in Hawks lore forever. But yeah, he had the off the court stuff this past season, and I think that he's come back from that and just sort of been the type of guy that, hey, I screwed up. I'm gonna keep my head down and just do whatever it takes to help the team win. And he hasn't quite got that 3-point shot back to where it was in 2014. I don't think. I haven't looked at the numbers, but it seems like that's fallen off as part of his game. Um, yeah, he's doing other things to help the team. He's kind of a up and down player. One night he'll really help you win a game, score like 10 points, and then another night, he's not really a factor at all. But he's a nice guy to have.
Well, this may be, I don't know, surprising or not. Because I know what you mean when you say the 3-point shot. Back in, I want to say 14, he was just whenever he was shooting, he would either hit everything or he'd miss everything.
Oh yeah, he
So
was 4 for 4 or 0 for 6.
yeah, so to me, it would seem like
He
his
might actually be shooting a good percentage. I don't know. I haven't looked at the stats. It just seems like that his 3-point game has fallen off a little bit from 2 years ago.
well, I was going to say thanks to Basketball Reference, he is actually shooting
There you go.
career best this year, 38%.
See,
But
now
but
you got to kick
he
me off the podcast.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
anything.
I know. No, I'm kidding. But okay, so I want to say I'm looking at his total points scored in 2013, 2014. He has way more total points scored for the season than he is right now. And also, he shot way more 3-pointers in that year. Um, we only have, what, 2 games left in the season, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Okay, he shot This can't. I wonder if this includes playoffs. This has got to include the playoffs. But I'm looking at this and saying he shot 200 3-pointers, opposed to this year he's only at like 150, 156 right now. So he was shooting at a much higher clip, but right now he's shooting at a much better percentage, if that makes, well, 3-point percentage, if that makes sense. So I'm actually kind of happy with his play of what he's doing.
I think he's learned who he is.
Yeah,
I think he knows
yeah,
it. I think he knows when it's time to shoot a three. What's a good shot, what's a bad shot. He's going to take some bad shots every now and then because he's Mike Scott, but
yeah,
but I think he sort of found his role. Found
yeah,
his little niche on the team.
yeah. And I'm glad. I am happy for him. I and his defense isn't terrible like he used to be. He's actually like I wouldn't say dependable, but he's not a liability. He's like I would say
No,
average at least now.
I mean physically, you look at Mike Scott, he looks like a stud.
Yeah, yeah,
You look at that guy, you're like, oh man, that's a guy that's going to dominate.
yeah,
If you just look at him, his body, the way he looks. So,
yeah. Body type. But we
mm-hmm.
were talking about hot and cold. Do you think there's a direct correlation to Dennis messing with his hair and him shooting badly?
Oh, definitely.
Think it's
Yeah.
direct correlation?
Oh yeah, I believe in all that stuff.
Okay, so he put what was it? A DS. He had his initials in his hair, DS in his hair. And he just has looked bad for three straight games. Prior to last night, but we'll get to the Celtics game eventually. But he looked bad, and he was really bad in the Raptors game. To which I was like, "Where's Kirk? Maybe we should see what Kirk has."
Yeah, let's throw back to 2011.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
Heinrich in there.
yeah, man. But the Raptors game, Bazemore was sitting out. I was
Yeah,
joking.
that's another thing, man.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
joking
huge win
saying,
without him.
I was joking saying, I guess this means we can't ever play Bazemore again. But nah, nah. But we finally got to see.
Cephalosha.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Cephalosha is just so underrated, man. He plays so hard and does so many good things. He's I think in a lot of ways he's just kind of the forgotten guy on this team. People that follow the Hawks closely, we know about him, but I think casual fans don't realize what Cephalosha brings to this team. He stepped up, man.
we saw it last year in the playoffs.
Hmm.
His absence, the importance,
Yes.
his importance, and I finally this game was able to see the Cephalosha with the starters lineup like I've wanted to see all year. But you know what?
Hmm.
I'm not going to complain with Bazemore starting like I was earlier. But you know what? What isn't broke? How the Hawks are playing. I think this also saves Tabo on the minutes. So you know what? I don't know. This is great what we're seeing from the team and what we're seeing from him. He's just so good at points, rebounding and defense.
Yep. He does all the little things. Well, they're really not little things, but he's the I don't know if anybody will get this reference. He's the micro of the team. He does the dirty jobs.
Oh wow, that is a throwback.
Yeah, that's pretty
That
bad. Sorry about that.
that is a throw. Leave all the terrible jokes. Well, no, I encourage all terrible jokes.
That was really bad. I'm sorry. Oh man.
Okay, so
But shit. Oh man.
some
Got to
poor sap
regroup
is.
after that one.
Yeah, somebody's googling this right now as we speak. Oh man. So let's see. Looking at the box score, and the good thing about this was the Raptors had something to play for too. This game, they were playing for.
Yeah.
They were still trying. They're still in the possibility of getting the number one seed. So
Still have a chance, I think, if
yeah. No,
if they've got to sweep their last three and Cleveland lose their last two. But they are playing for something. So
aren't the Raptors playing today? I want to say.
they are at New York. So
Oh, which Knicks or I don't have this saved.
Knicks. Yeah, and hope I was
Oh,
talking. I was tweeting with Mike Conti earlier today, but hopefully the Knicks win that game, and I don't know if the Cavs would rest guys against Atlanta tomorrow if they clinch. But that's a possibility, and I think it would serve the Hawks well if the Knicks win that game today.
it would. You are incredibly correct. It would. However, I'm not putting my faith in them, the Knicks.
Well, no, never.
Yeah, yeah. I am hoping that, and I am hoping that the Magic win.
Oh
And
yeah.
this is a segue to what kind of gave hope to Hawks fans. And we were tweeting each other this. We were tweeting each other this after the Magic beat the Heat. I want to say 2 nights ago, or yeah, 2 nights
Hmm.
ago. We were like, this makes us so nervous for the next game because it just, I don't know, has the feel of a letdown for the fans. And the Hawks played the Celtics. What did you watch the game? Did you watch the Hawks Celtics game?
Absolutely. And man, the Celtics are such a frustrating team to play. And I even said this last year. They're so unorthodox. They've got a little small point guard, that's hard to defend. You don't see many guys like that, and he's so good. And then they've got these weird um, players in the post like Sullinger. He's a wide guy, and he's got a little bit of a mid range, and then like Marcus Smart, he's kind of a uh, stocky, bulky type guy. You don't see many off guards of his. They're
His
just,
stature, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just my point is, I guess that their team is just um, so unorthodox. Unorthodox. They're not. These players are not the type of guys that you normally see, and it is frustrating as heck to play against them. I thought when we got down by 12 that the game was pretty much over. And I actually turned it off for a few minutes because I was getting frustrated. And I picked up my phone and I was looking at my score app, and we had cut it to 4 from 12. So we went on like an 8-0 run, and I was like, oh, we're right back in this thing. And then like a minute later, we're ahead. So just an incredible run. Basically, to win that game, I don't think we ever surrendered the lead after that.
Yeah, it was a one of my favorite words, gritty. It was a very
Gritty, very gritty.
gritty.
Excellent word to describe last night.
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about the layout of that team. It's so the Celtics strategy, as I see, is they play small, and that is actually kind of benefits us. Trying to, I don't know. It just seems odd to me when when teams try to go small against Atlanta. It's just
Hmm.
kind of like, okay, if you want to try that, go ahead. That's kind of, you know, but as we saw in the first half of that game with how fast paced it was, how they were shooting, and my goodness, Marcus Smart made 8 3-pointers in the entire month of
Oh,
March. Entire month of March, and he just sinks 4. He's shooting 24% from 3 this year and just like destroys us from beyond the arc.
doesn't it seem like as a Hawks fan that Phillips Arena turns guys into the greatest shooter of all time
Yeah. Yeah.
overnight?
Yeah, that game too also didn't help whatsoever, but
I didn't realize that. I think the Celtics were 28th in the league. Was it in 3-point percentage or made 3-pointers? Something like
I
that.
don't have
And they,
that up. I'm not sure.
I, I saw that on somebody tweeted it last night. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, I saw that stat and I was like, yeah, well, they're shooting at Phillips tonight, so that kind of changes all the rules.
Yeah. Well, they kind of got cold there in the second half. So
Yep.
that really helps. But I guess you would say, and as I pull up my Hawks versus Celtics box score, was that I wanted to mention. Oh, right. So the direct correlation of Dennis's hair, he ends up going 6 for 12. This 6 for 12, shooting 50% from the field and scoring 15 points, 7 assists, and I'm just kind of like, and he went and switched his hair back to spraying his number in his head instead of his initials. So
So that it matters.
yeah, yeah, I feel
We have numbers to
yeah,
back that up.
we have numbers on this, but man, the team was really good. Do you want to talk about the man of the night who pretty much he took apart Boston. Like Boston had no answer for him. Paul Millsap scoring how much did he score? 31 points on 0 free throw attempts. Like wow.
Well, and it seems like he hasn't had a free throw attempt in 2 years. He never
Yeah.
gets a call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that he gets, it seems like he earns it the hard way.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but
the thing
yeah,
about
he's a beast, man. He's a stat stuffer. He's the type of guy you want on your fantasy team if you play that stuff.
oh yeah. And the thing is, it's just like no matter how bad the fouls look, no matter or how discouraging it is, he keeps going to the basket. He doesn't stop and settle for the jumper really.
No,
It's
yeah, and you'll see him. You'll see him a lot of times with just a few seconds left on the shot clock. He'll get the ball out at the 3 point line off a pass, and a lot of guys will just fire that thing up. He doesn't
yeah.
every time. He'll pump fake and drive. Try to get an easier shot or a foul, which never seems to come his way. Um, but yeah, he keeps going at the basket, like you said.
Yeah. Um, it was great to watch him. It was really
How
fun to
about that?
watch.
How about that steal he had where he went behind the back with the dribble early in the game?
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
thought I thought that the defender was gonna beat him to the cup, but he outran the guy to the hole and dunked it. That was an incredible play.
yeah. Paul Millsap, that was amazing. Like that is, I don't know. For people that want a superstar. That's the kind of performance that you would see. Like, and he just didn't stop, which was great. And it was
Big
just
time in a big game.
yeah, and it was just such a turning point for the franchise. To see that Paul Millsap came back to the team after taking less to not go to Orlando, type of thing. Um, wow. Um, I I think I love the guy. That's basically my confession right now.
Yeah. If you're gonna love somebody, that's a guy to love. He's done a lot for this franchise.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, so Millsap doesn't have a shoe deal. How do we make that happen?
Let's
It's
see, who would his shoe deal be with?
it have to be
It would
some
have to be kind of an under the radar
okay.
company.
So not Nike, not Adidas, not
Can't be
Under Armour.
Nike, no.
What's like
Are
some
Asics still around?
he would definitely be an ASIC. Yeah, yeah.
Asics,
Definitely.
yeah.
I was trying to think. I'm like, what's that one? Soak me,
Saucony, yeah, there you go.
Saucony.
Maybe Vans. Do they make a basketball shoe?
Oh man. Nah, it's gotta be ASIC. Just because
Yeah.
ASICs are so reliable, but yet nobody knows this. But it's a reliable shoe, people. Listen, listen to us. Ah, yeah, that was a wonderful game. Always beating the Celtics is always wonderful for me.
Always. I don't care if they're playing 12 D leaguers. It's nice to beat the Celtics. Incredible week, really, if you think about it. These are the two biggest wins the Hawks have had since probably the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Pressure games against really good teams.
So
Standings on the line.
the
Division on the
Hawks,
line.
yeah, the Hawks are currently one up on Miami for the third seed. Now, with the Hawks playing Cleveland uh, tomorrow. No, when do they do? Do they play Tuesday or
Yeah,
is it
tomorrow
Thursday?
night, 7 o'clock.
Okay, tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I was transitioning for the upcoming games. Did you have anything else from the Raptors game you wanted to mention? I mean, not Raptors, Celtics.
Not really. I think we summed it up. Just a huge win. Those two games combined, just a huge week.
Huge week. Good to see Bazemore
Couldn't
back
have
out
scripted
there.
it better. Couldn't have
Good to
scripted it
see.
better with Miami losing to Orlando.
Yeah.
A great week for the Hawks. Charlotte lost to Washington today. I mean, it's just been perfect. Hopefully it continues to go this way
Um.
for us.
Yeah. And it was good to see both the point guards playing good. Let,
Yep.
let me say that. Good to see both point guards playing good. So, as we transition to the next game that is coming up, we play the Cleveland Cavaliers. And, well,
Do we have to?
yeah, this is the game I'm coming up kind of nervous about in the sense that if they lose, we have to hope that Miami loses another game.
Yeah.
We have to hope. Miami plays the Celtics last game of the season. That
Mm-hmm.
might be it.
Let's see. Where is that game? Is that in
Uh,
Boston?
Let me look it up real quick. Celtics.
That's the bad thing about being outside is I forgot to bring my laptop out here.
It's in Miami.
Okay, but still,
It's going to be tough, but I think the Celtics are an interesting matchup for the Heat just because they have all
yeah.
those guys that you can just throw at Wade. Like they got Avery Bradley, and then because Avery Bradley just he frustrates people. Then after that,
Oh,
you can throw Marcus Smart,
yeah.
Jay Crowder, whoever. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be an interesting game.
They could end up playing 8 straight times if they end up in a 4-5 series. So it's going to be a great week, man. I mean, you've got playoff games this week. That Celtics Heat game could decide home court advantage in their series if those two teams do indeed play. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they do play, that game could. But
right now, that would be your 4-5 matchup. So
we also kind of have to hope that the Hawks win tomorrow. Also,
that matters.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hawks winning
yeah,
does matter.
yes. Breaking news. Winning games matter. News at 11.
Mhm.
But
We
yeah,
had that first.
oh my goodness. Do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the Cleveland. Our thoughts on the upcoming Cleveland game.
Yeah,
So the Bulls really screwed us, in
they
my
sure
opinion.
did, didn't they?
Yeah, the Bulls really screwed us. The Bulls are for all purposes out of the playoffs. I mean, the Pacers just have to win one more game, and they're basically in, I believe.
Yep. That's right.
But they keep screwing around, and who the Pacers like? Okay, the Pacers just lost to the Raptors. Okay, understandable. But they play the Nets, and then the Knicks, and then the Bucks. So it's just
And
I'm
they
just
need one of those three. So
yeah, yeah, they just need one of those three. And well, you never know because Nets and Knicks don't have a draft pick, so who knows if how hard they'll play. But oh my goodness, why did the Bulls have to win that game? Why couldn't they have just beat the Heat, but then lost to the Cavs? That would have been perfect for us.
Yeah, it often doesn't go the way as we script as Hawks fans.
But because of that, the Cavs haven't technically clinched home court yet. So that means, depending on the result tonight of how Toronto does against the Knicks, which I'm, I'm certain and they're going to beat the Knicks. The Cavs have a reason to play this game. I was so maybe a couple weeks ago, I was hoping the Cavs would be resting come this game, but nope, nope. They're probably going to actually play us.
I know, yeah, we thought at this point that the Cavs would be in cruise control, but some weird things have happened and they still haven't clinched. So, uh, yeah, we just have to deal with it. Try and get a win. I saw that the early line on that game is Cleveland -6. Um, but yeah, gosh, it'd be so nice to get a win against those guys, especially on the road in basically a playoff game, a game that matters for seeding and closing out your division. Um, Man, be it such a huge win. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen in the Knicks Raptors game tonight, so definitely keep an eye on that. But
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be tough if Cleveland's still trying to clinch their one seed. That's going to be really really tough tomorrow night. But we're due, really due against those guys. So
yeah, man, man. I'm looking at the Cavs schedule, recent games. I forgot they lost to the Pacers, so that didn't help at all. They were resting LeBron that game. I completely
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
they lost to the Pacers.
Hey, rest him tomorrow, in my opinion. Just let him relax. I think it'd
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. Let him relax and let him play against the Pistons.
Yeah, that's a great
If we
idea.
play the Pistons, it's these last like two games are really interesting in terms of seeding, just because the Pistons have something to play for, Pacers have something to play for, Hawks, Heat, Hornets, Celtics all have something to play for, and they seem to be playing each other these last
Yes,
these last two
it's
games.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow the schedulers like were able to look into the future. Oh my
And I
goodness.
and I'm looking at the division standings. I know a lot of people don't care about that and they're just looking at the Eastern Conference seeding. But as a Hawks fan, winning the division matters to me. There obviously there were some lean years in the past, and I don't know, just hanging that division banner, it really does mean something to me. I remember last year when um, I can't remember what game it was they clinched, but uh, and they put the division banner up, and um, just seeing that people on Twitter like tweeting the picture of the banner, it was cool. It was cool, and I think winning that back to back years it would be awesome. That's something we can hold on to as fans, and um, so yeah, I'm getting a little sentimental or whatever, but yeah, I want to win the division. That matters, I think.
Yeah. And uh actually seeing something new up in the rafters also was kind of nice.
Yeah, and hey, Orlando and Miami today. Um, that's not an easy game for the Heat. They lost a couple days ago to them, but the Magic are a young team that they're still playing hard. They're still giving effort. So, and they're pretty good. They've got some young talent. So that's not an easy game for Miami to win, my opinion.
If Orlando can somehow win this game, I will I will be
Oh,
I will be a million times. I do not care what happens to as long as there are no injuries tomorrow. I will not care what
yeah.
happens if the Magic win this game.
Yeah, then we're down to beating the Wizards for the division.
Yeah, and who knows who's playing that game? We might get to see Kelly Oubre Jr. at that game.
Yeah, bring it
Oh,
on.
forgot to mention earlier. How did you like watching Noguera Bebe? I don't know how you say his name. Bebe against the Raps.
Oh, the, some Hawks fans that I know were really upset when we gave him up, but um, I think we're okay. You know, we got the win. That's all I care about. I'm sure he'll be a nice player, but um, I almost don't even look at him as a former player in our system anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. When we gave him up, and then because people were really complaining about giving him up, like I'm talking about, like there's some bloggers on Twitter. I remember complaining about it. Well, one in
Right.
particular, but the guy I'm thinking about, complains about everything. But, but
But that same off season, man, we got uh, Bazemore and Cephalosha, and those guys have been key pieces to this team. And if you would have told the people that were complaining about that trade back then that hey, this team's going to win the division and go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then probably win the division the following year after that, I think those people would have. I think they would have taken that. So. Um, yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. No offense to Noguera. I think he'll, obviously he's got some skill, and um, Toronto obviously wanted him. So, but I think Atlanta did okay there.
now I want to say that was also the year that they drafted Tavares. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, when did the trade happen? Was it before or after the draft?
Now that I
Okay,
don't remember.
I can't remember it either. Uh, oh man,
I almost
but
feel like it was before the draft. Somebody listening is probably going crazy saying, "No, you're wrong," but yeah, I
yeah,
honestly can't remember.
yeah, I. It would make sense it was before the draft if people were overreacting. Because
Yeah.
if we drafted Tavares and then traded Bebe, yeah, I feel like no one would have really complained. But hey, we got Tavares, so and they got 60 wins that year. But whew, back to what we were talking about earlier. We might get to see Kelly Oubre, but with the Cavs, um, man, that is, I don't know. I am worried about that game just because, at least for me, when you think of the Cavs, they just have so many things that just like counter what Atlanta does is good at. To me, I don't know. Like Tristan Thompson seems like if you were to have someone defend Paul Millsap, it would be somebody with Tristan Thompson's kind of skill set. Um, LeBron is LeBron. Mozgov is a large body. Uh, Really, the only thing I guess we would have an advantage of is point guard play, but for whatever reason, like Delhi just neutralizes everything. I don't know. Am I going
Yeah.
crazy here?
No, you're not. And it seems like J.R. Smith has had some crazy good shooting games against us in the recent
Uh,
past.
don't remind me.
Yeah, so but yeah, and Tristan Thompson, I was never a big believer in him. But I hadn't watched him much, and then the playoff series last year against them, he just ate our lunch, and I realized what he brings to the table. I mean, he got every
Re-
rebound that mattered in
Yeah,
that series,
he's a big guy
and
too. He's a big
yeah,
athletic guy too.
and he just knows how to rebound. I mean, he's got the timing down. You know, he's like a Dennis Rodman in a lot of ways. That's his skill. That's his thing. He knows how to play the ball off the rim, and that's been a weakness for the Hawks the last couple years.
Oh,
I
jeez.
know in spots they've rebounded well, um, but yeah, getting rebounds in a lot of cases has been a problem in big moments. And Thompson, uh, he was a thorn in our side last year. So so yeah, him and hopefully J.R. Smith doesn't hit like 8 threes tomorrow. Be nice to see that guy miss a few.
Yeah, finally miss a shot. That would be nice. That and I completely forgot Shumpert was also on the team. It's just they got a lot of stuff that kind of
Yeah,
clicks.
and I
It's
don't know the numbers, but it seemed like he shot really well against us in that playoff series. Um,
yeah. I don't know the Cavs.
I
I
think
mean,
they've
they're the
got I think they have a confidence and a swagger against the Hawks, and rightfully so. You know, they've dominated in the recent past here um, against us. So I think they kind of expect to beat us, and that confidence you can't really put a value on that. That's I th- you know I think they feel like when they step out against us that they're probably going to win. And we've got to prove them wrong. We've got to get a big win against them to turn the tide. Maybe
yeah, and
tomorrow is the time, man. We've gotten big wins this week, so let's keep it going.
yeah. Let's keep it going. But boy, I'm trying to be optimistic, man. But it depends what Cavs team we see, because
Hmm.
apparently, if it's the Cavs team that freaking lost to the Bulls, that'd be nice to see them. But I doubt we get that 2 games in a row.
Yeah, they rise. LeBron rises to the occasion against Atlanta. I don't know what it is, but he brings it. No matter what
Yeah,
team he plays for,
and LeBron is a very, very good basketball player. He's good at
he's
that
pretty
that
good.
sport.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's very good at that sport. I was having an argument with somebody, not really an argument, just kind of a debate at work, where we were basically saying, I was basically saying, I feel LeBron should have won some of the MVP years that he didn't win, but they just
Yep.
wanted to give it to somebody else besides LeBron because, he's just so dominant.
Yeah.
Um, the one that kind of comes to mind for me is the Derrick Rose year. Um, because okay,
Let's
that was
see.
the
That was 2011.
I I just remember that was the game. That was the playoff series where the Hawks actually managed to win a game in the second round. Jeff's first year, it was when we traded for Kirk. That's right.
Yep. Uh, the Hawks won the first game of that series.
I remember.
If we're talking about the same year, yeah, and then
Yeah.
I actually think game two was close for a little while.
Yeah.
Um, if I'm not mistaken, and then I don't think they got a win in either game in Atlanta after that. Um, but Jeff Teague kind of emerged in that series.
So, funny story about that. Funny story. So, way back then, I was at the game. I remember it was game. What was it? It's either game 3 or 4. I can't remember. Um, Man, why can't I remember? It might have been game 4. Anyway, Atlanta was. I remember. So the Hawks won this game. They actually put me on TV because I brought a sign to the game. This is when I was young and foolish. And my sign way back then said MV Teague.
There you go.
And
You
then
started something.
yeah, and then since then they've kind of sold T-shirts and all this from
Yeah,
that sign. So I feel like I demand,
you deserve royalties.
yeah, I demand royalties from this, from the Hawks for this.
Hey, Josh, can you carry us for about a minute, and I'll
Yeah,
be right back.
yeah.
Okay.
Where are we at? 45. So, what up? Man, I'm trying to see where Garrick is at. Where did Garrick go? Where did Garrick go? Somebody asked me, Hardcore Henry. Can I get a. Huh. Garrick, where the. Did he send me a tweet?
All right.
Hey, I had to actually get up and go put something up, so I'm just gonna try to delete all this. But um, so we have been on for a while. Let me try to wrap this up
Yeah.
at some point. I was trying to buy some time. I'm trying to figure out where did Garrick disappear to?
Who
Um,
knows, man? He
I
could have been abducted by aliens.
I don't know, Garrick. I hope you hear this. And well, okay. So Garrick, for those that don't know, and you probably don't because you don't know him. Garrick lives in Augusta. He lives in Augusta, Georgia, and there, of what I understand, he
Beautiful
tells me
place.
he tells me traffic is horrible right now and everything
I
because
believe it.
of some sort of golf thing. You ever heard of this golf stuff going
Yes.
on now?
The stick, the ball, you
Yeah,
try to hit it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Garrett's probably he's either at the Masters, which hey, I don't blame him. I would totally go to one of those if I had the chance. And or he's stuck in traffic, which I don't want to complain. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I was just
Wait a
complaining
minute.
about you, Garrick.
Ah, my bad, man.
Hey, it's good. We were just recording. We were recording. We were about to like wrap it
Wrap
up
up?
soon.
Really? God,
Soon, Garrick. No,
yeah.
no, no. Give us your thoughts of our week of the Hawks week. A week in the Hawks.
Uh,
Start with Raptors Celtics and go on.
All right. Raptors game. Pretty good game. I'm glad DeRozan and Lowry played, so we could see how we stacked up, and we got a win against them finally. So
That's what we said. Yeah.
that's some good momentum. Good building block. Just gotta learn to combat those. I hate DeRozan and his flopping. So
Okay. So
all right, so the Celtics game.
there we go. That's what we want to hear.
That first half. Oh, where's the defense? But that was probably the best basketball. Like
the Celtics.
Aside from that Pistons game from a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, the offense, probably the best they played since then.
Yeah. It was.
The second half. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, it was just fun watching that in. I was waiting to hear you on that just because I know your love for the Celtics. So any Celtics slander.
Oh yeah. Nasty green.
So we were just talking about the Cavs game coming up and how I was actually kind of nervous about it because I was like, the Cavs have something to play for, so that kind of worries me.
Oh yeah.
Unless
I don't think. I don't think they're gonna rest.
We just hope the Knicks. We hope the Knicks beat the Raptors tonight.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Hope. Can't expect it.
No.
We need. Yeah, I don't know that, or if the Magic beat the Heat tonight, I would also feel a lot better too.
That's probably more likely, even though it's on the road.
I think the Hawks' magic number for number 3 is 2. I think if the Magic beat the Heat and we beat the Cavs, we got the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can't fall below 5th after today since the Wizards beat the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good.
I was surprised Washington actually brought a decent effort today, being eliminated. But I appreciate it.
I think it was more of a 12 o'clock game. The Hornets.
Yep.
On the road.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Were they playing in Washington this game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they were probably like, we got to win because Whitman's got to coach for his job. He's coaching for his job. We got to win, guys. We got to win.
I hope Randy Whitman finishes with the flurry so he can keep his job.
Yeah, we need that.
That is one of the biggest debates on all of Twitter. Is just me arguing with everybody. Me arguing with everybody about Randy Whitman. Oh my goodness. So we're talking about the Cavs game. We played the Wizards last game of the season. Wait, why do you wish they finished in a flurry?
Oh yeah, we do play the Wizards. Yeah.
Hold on. We don't want them to finish in a flurry.
Well, I hope the GM keeps doing what he's doing and signs Whitman to an extension. How about that?
There we go. They continue to draft lottery players to never go anywhere.
But they don't have a pick this year, so.
Oh, they gave it to the Suns, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so, oh man, I don't think we have anything else to talk about Hawks related. Outside of that new, okay, so what exactly is Emery doing for the Hawks? If either one of you guys know, JM or Garrick, this whole.
You mean the practice facility?
Yeah, so they're building a new practice facility, of what I get. But is there something about it that's, I don't know, different or special opposed to normal practice facilities that you're building?
Supposedly the one they have now is just a little bit out of date, and this is going to be,
The one we have now is in
Yeah, I believe so. So this will be state of the art, um, which I don't know. I don't know what it has that we don't have now, but something good
Well,
stuff.
the fact that it's Emory is part of one of the sponsors kind of makes me think, oh, okay, so training and everything else is going to look good, is going to be good. But apparently, it's supposed to be really
Can't hurt.
good. It's supposed to be really good because it's like a state of the art that's like it'll be like the only kind that's on the East Coast. So we'll see. We'll see. Uh, let me mute you for a second. I'm getting some extra noise, man.
Sorry. Well,
Oh crap. Can you unmute yourself? I accidentally hit the button. Where are we in the thing?
Hmm?
I was saying for JM, I accidentally hit it. I didn't mean to hit it right
Uh,
there. But yeah, I'm getting some extra noise in your MJM in the background.
okay.
That's gonna. So let me mute you right now, and then I
Sure.
guess when I call on you real quick, you can just unmute and answer me. And mute. There we go. Okay, so let's. So I'm pretty sure we're done with this, man. We have a couple questions. Garrick, your quick fire. Well, John at underscore John Knight. John Knight asks us, how long do you think the Hawks will keep Teague and Bazemore? They've been playing really well, but there's always the talk of them leaving. John, we'll see what happens this summer. Honestly, I don't know. We've talked about this a lot. There are so many different scenarios of what could happen. So we will see, John. Garrick, I know we've talked about this to an extent, to
yeah,
a lot. So same answer for you.
yeah, basically.
Teague might get traded. JM, you have any thoughts on the whole Jeff Bazemore upcoming free agency? Uh,
Uh,
Go ahead. You're
yeah.
good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody in Hawksland is like, "Oh, Teague's gone," but we really don't know. I mean, just who knows? Who knows who might come with a trade offer or whatever? And Bazemore has had a really good year. Um, so we really don't know. Teague's still pretty young. If you think about it, a lot of people don't. A lot of people act like he's just some old dude that we got to get rid of, but he's really still pretty young and still getting it done. So who the heck knows?
Jeff Teague is only 2 days older than me, so yes, I would like to say that.
Yeah.
jump jump in on that. Next question. What do we got here? Um, our next question is. Do we have one on here? Uh, James asked something funny, but let me skip that. We had an email last week, guys, from a question, and let me pull it up. Where are we at? Notes. All right, so this was on Peachtree Hoops. We were asked. Uh, we just watched March Madness and have seen unheralded players shine in the postseason. Last year, the Hawks, we saw DeMarre Carroll become, a thing because of his playoff performance. Who do you think will be the unheralded star in this upcoming playoffs? And he gives us a quick history. 2008, Zaza. 2009, Josh Smith dunking every time. And also the infamous between the legs dunk. 2010, Jamal Crawford. 2011, Jeff Teague. 2012, uh, Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson. No Joe next year. Mike Scott. Mike Scott's thing that JM mentioned. Do you think we'll have one this year? Like a thing? Or who will be the player do you think that'll stand out? Garrett, let me ask you that first.
Well, this year I think I don't know if not to Hawks fans, but this year I think more on the national level, Paul Millsap in the playoffs will start to get the respect that he deserves. And as we move, if we move throughout the playoffs, I think they'll see what we missed last year in Tabo. So I think he'll play a big part in the Hawks
Garrett,
advancing.
that's an amazingly great answer. And I
Hmm.
also hope that because that might mean he'll get fouls called for him. That'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel I'm with you on that, though. I feel like it'll kind of be pushed Horford just because he's a free agent. But anyway, I like that. Jam, what you think, man?
Um, how about Kent Bazemore?
Kent Bazemore. He's in the starting
Yeah,
lineup now. He's on and off, so I feel like he can give us the kind of
he's
Demarius.
not really a known. He's not really a known player though, and I think there are nights where he's kind of the star, and I think he might have a couple playoff games like that. Um, and then, like Garrick said, I think Tabo is gonna um, make some people notice him. And if I could toss in a third one, maybe Dennis. I think a lot of people know about him from last year, but still he's still growing and maturing. So um, it could be him.
If Dennis can put in a couple of decent performances, that will totally put his name in there just because he was so bad last year. So yeah, I can see that. Well, guys and everybody, that was the show for the week. Or not week. Why did I say week? That was the show for today. And well, I want to end on this last question from James, who always gives us some interesting questions. He says, should I record an episode Hardcore Henry style in first person? Have any of you guys seen Hardcore Henry this weekend or seen
Nah,
it?
I haven't seen it. Good.
Garrett, it is wonderful. It's like everything that people wanted in movies, at least I
Uh,
wanted in movies, they put in that one movie. It it's probably as crazy as Crank and also as crazy as Mad Max. I don't know. It is bizarre, but yet I was intrigued the entire time I watched it.
I'm a big Mad Max fan, so that sounds good to
Oh
me.
yes. No, it was a very crazy movie. For those of you guys that don't know, this is basically a movie where this guy straps a GoPro to his forehead the entire time, and it's just insane with what we see.
I know I saw the trailer in what movie did they play the trailer in? Some movie that we saw
Batman,
in the
Superman,
theater. No, it
Bat.
was uh one before that. Um, but
Deadpool.
yeah, yeah, Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the trailer in that, and it looked really good.
Garrick, I saw it last night. It was phenomenal. I was laughing at parts in that movie. It was great. It was great. Which reminds me, Garrett, we need to at some point. First of all, do any of you guys? Well, I know Garrett does. JM, do you watch The Walking Dead at all?
Not consistently. I've probably seen 25, 30 episodes, but I'm not like up to date on it.
Okay, it's probably best for your sanity if you stay out of this.
I still haven't watched it though, Josh, because people are saying the
Okay.
last two episodes were bad. So I'm kind of holding off.
The last episode is, I wouldn't say bad, but it's it's either two things. It's either bad or people say it's amazing. I think it was kind of 50-50. It's maybe 5 minutes of content put into an hour episode. And
Are they doing talking?
I don't want to say what it is to you if you haven't seen it. But the ending to it is the thing that everyone is talking about, and that's what I was going to ask you about. But I will wait until you see it. The Juice is no longer going. Any shows coming up I want to see? Game of Thrones is coming up. Whew, man, I'll be excited. I'll have something to do during the Hawksless summer.
I'm a Vikings guy. What do you think of Vikings?
I haven't
history.
seen it. I want to check it out though. I've heard different things about it. I do want to check it out. Give us your approval, like why you like it, real quick. So convince me real quick to see it.
Oh, let's see. It's a bunch of guys raiding other towns and getting women. What more do you need to know?
Very simple.
There you go.
That's true. I'll have to check it out because I've heard different things about it. Anyway, that is it for us, guys. And, well, we're almost at the playoffs. So, I got nothing else to say, man.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. There we go. There we go. Anyways, guys.
Hopefully J.R. Smith will miss a shot tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Anyway, guys, it's been fun, and until next time, appreciate you guys coming on.
All right,
Appreciate you, man.
See you.
Enjoyed it.